Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? I hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, July 31st, FOMC day, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day. My goal is to get you ready for the trading day, but let me let you in on a little secret. This can be the most difficult trading day that comes about every 6 weeks, FOMC. I call it my Super Bowl of trading day. We have Super Bowl of earnings week. It's just a big week. And today can be extremely difficult. Remember, we have our trading edges where we look at probability and more likely scenarios. But days like today, they're binary events and we don't have as much of an edge. So lean into that. If you want to paper trade it, great. You don't have to donate your money to professional traders because that's what today is. Today is newer trader donation day. You donate to professional traders on days like today. So don't let that be you. Good morning, Night Truck. Hey, Greg, Spaceball, Alice, Wave. Hey, Jenny, Jeffrey, Mal, Topher. Hey, Nugget. Hey, Lisa, K-Mac, Dollar Tree. Thank you, Night Truck. Hey, Lusmore. Hey, Paula, Rachel. Hey, Jill. Good morning. If you are on the West Coast and it's Pacific time, it is 5:23 a.m. And God bless your heart. I traded on Pacific time frame for what? Probably 6 of my almost 9 years of trading. So yeah, I get it. It's rough. But I like getting up early, so not that big of a deal. Hey, Flectos. I always try to visualize who y'all are, what y'all look like. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's interesting to try to visualize who my friends are out there in the metaverse, I guess. Any chart requests yet? KRE, Jeffrey, you want it? So I went ahead and I did a weekly fib pull from the low of June 10th to the high, I guess, of this week. We could pull back to $54 and still be healthy. So I like to remind myself the retracement can be a lot larger than you think, but still be healthy. $54 would be a great area to potentially buy KRE. Of course, we had this big drop on the bank debacle, and bulls are making up for it right now. What we could do is put it on back burner watch. Let's do that. Tell me when the hourly RSI gets to 30. Hey, Tarzan. How are you? CGC? Did it benefit from Tilray earnings yesterday? Not really. Eek. Got a pretty clear uptrend on the 4-hour, a trend line, I should say. Not looking too hot here. 740 support, 804 resistance. Gave back a lot of that boost on Tilray earnings. Daily 50 MA smacking it in the head. Daily lower high is now likely set. Oh wait, let me go back. Where's earnings? Earnings next Friday. Not a good look on this name. I'd be a much more comfortable bear shorting 765. Mal, you're funny. MNMD. MNMD had a big run up, started beginning of July, and now it's pulling back. We're looking for a daily higher low. This sure does look bear flaggish. 846 support. Yeah, this is a bearish look. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Walmart, we're in a daily downtrend. Weekly, we're looking for a higher low. 4-hour got oversold yesterday. Let's see if that can mark the weekly higher low. Got our work cut out against us. Got our work cut out for us. $69 support, $69.75 resistance. Hourly EMAs have just been a total pain in the rear end. Could be a weekly bull flag. Hi, Adrian, Matthew, Skyper, Duke of Booze, Bull Strike. Hey, Ray. Murakatu. We'll get started here in a minute. We had our ADP non-farm payrolls at 8:15. That's already gone by. And now we're looking at FOMC. And then tomorrow we have initial jobless claims, and Friday we have non-farm payrolls. Again, I will continue to say it this week. We've got everything plus a partridge in a pear tree. That's right, Kenny. Let's get it done. Potential monthly bull flag. Yeah, that looks nice. XLB does look nice. Well, heck, let's just get this show on the road. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X, that'd be lovely, at Chart Gal Lori. I would greatly appreciate it. What I do here at the pregame show is I go over this handy dandy table, and the purpose of this table is for me to be able to objectively communicate to you what I'm looking at, and things are looking a little more bullish than bearish this morning, but it's FOMC day, and we know what that means. It typically, not always, hurry up and wait. Let's see, QQQ is getting over our resistance right here. I put that alert over yesterday's high. We need to get over that high during regular trading hours. Nice bounce, really nice bounce. So what the heck is going on? Well, we're getting a big bounce after AMD earnings. AMD beat, Microsoft missed. Let's look at NASDAQ. So on NASDAQ, yesterday we broke support on the earnings reaction, and now we're testing the high of yesterday. Typically when I'm on the mic, I don't always see clear setups, and when I do, I really like to pounce on it. Like yesterday with the Dow, if you were on the open house, we shorted 41,000. Let's see, where was it? It was right here. We shorted the Dow and got 200 points on the last contract. So I like things when they're super obvious. Well, y'all, we are in obvious area of resistance at 19,319.75. Let's call it 19,320. That is yesterday's high. As long as that's serving as resistance, NASDAQ is a short. It is a short for me. We are looking for a 4-hour higher low. On a pullback, that bounce was enough to make room for that higher low. However, right here, right now, we are banging our head against resistance. I like the asymmetric risk to reward of that type of trade. ES, we're over yesterday's high of 55.34.50. ES goes nowhere, absolutely nowhere, unless NASDAQ can join the party and get over 19,320. It's trying right now. Let's see. ES can have continuation, but it needs NASDAQ to join the party. We have enough room for an hourly higher low and a 4-hour higher low. RTY is green, but not participating in the shenanigans as much as NASDAQ and ES. We have enough room for an hourly higher low. We are in an hourly uptrend. And 4-hour, we are in an uptrend. So RTY is trying to recover some of the losses. And the pullback from the last couple of days is trying to recover a bit, but not as successful as NASDAQ. Dow, we're looking for a 15-minute lower high on this bounce up. And plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. XLF has a lot to do with the Dow. So we'll see if XLF can get a new all-time high today against 44.11. And we're getting it. 44.14 in pre-market. That is a new all-time high on XLF. And that should, not always, but should serve the Dow bullishly with a tailwind, if you will. VIX is pulling back after the bulls have been partying. A potential hourly bear flag is confirming right here. We broke it by 3 pennies. We want a little bit more of a bear break. 16.26, let's set that alert, is your next support. And then 16.23. Hang Seng was up over 2% last night. DAX is currently up 0.6%. We got some bullish stuff going on overseas. Bitcoin is pretty flat. Hey, Shake and Bake, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. So Bitcoin, we are still below the 15-minute 50 MA, and we're below the hourly 12 EMA, 4-hour going sideways. We've got a lot of work to do on this chart. A daily higher low is the more likely scenario, but this is not a cute chart. Would not want to bring this home to mom. Ethereum. Well, that's pretty cool. I was looking at this earlier and we broke bear, and now we're looking for a 4-hour lower high compared to 33.65, and we've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low on the next pullback. I talk to you often about sequencing. So if we divide this chart up and say, okay, what is the next logical step? The next logical step is a lower high. Let me be more specific. A 4-hour lower high. That is the next logical step. Somewhere in that area. Then after that, the next logical step is a 4-hour higher low. And by sequencing things out, it helps me manage, okay, which area am I looking? Okay, so Ethereum right now, I'm definitely more bearish than bullish. After that lower high is set, then I'm going to flip to more bullish. Sequencing out the right side of the chart is super important in your trading journey, just visualizing the most likely scenario. All right, dollar. Wow. Dollar will likely be impacted today by the FOMC, and just I would normally go over all the different steps that I go over on FOMC. A lot of y'all have been around here for a while now and you're like, Lori, please don't go over that again. So usually the first reaction is not the real reaction. Even the second reaction or reversal is not the real reaction. It sometimes takes digestion where calmer heads prevail and say, wait a minute, you robots, shut up. What do we really think about this? Is this bullish or bearish? However, regardless of all those different reversals, this is your very best friend on FOMC, stair steps. Looking for 1-minute or 2-minute stair steps to target reversals for scalps, those are usually your best setups going into FOMC. All right, so the dollar, we've lost our daily support. 4-hour downtrend on the next bounce. We are looking for a 4-hour lower high. Who has been pounding the table on this? Well, it's me. Oh. And what we've been looking for is this weekly lower high, potential weekly bear flag. That has been the most likely scenarios, weekly lower high. Well, now it's set. Now can we set a higher low compared to 103.65? Doesn't look very promising at this point. Dollar is weak, so gold is pushing and taking advantage of this weakness. Hourly uptrend, 4-hour uptrend. 24.80.70 is your next resistance on the 4-hour. Hourly EMAs are your spirit guide. As long as that 12 EMA is below price, bulls are large and in charge. Oil, great bounce overnight. And she was also pounding the table on this one. Oil, weekly higher low was the more likely scenario, and we're getting it here at the weekly 50 EMA. Long lower wick, a bull's buying the dip. Inventory at 1030. Now, on the next pullback, we have enough room for a 4-hour higher low. So if you missed this bounce up and you're like, crap, I wanted in on that weekly higher low, well, now you look for a 4-hour higher low pullback for a potential long setup. Nat Trash. So Lesmar is asking, do you see the logical step using a time frame or the previous higher? I do it using a time frame. So what was I just harping on? I think it was Ethereum. Yeah. So Ethereum, let's go back to that one, Lesmar. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, the size of this retracement, we made a lower low. Now a lower high is the more likely scenario, and that should come first. You know, first came love, second came marriage. That's what trading is about, is sequencing. So right now, a lower high is the more likely scenario on Ethereum. Could it rip to a higher high? Absolutely. We're just talking about probabilities. Probabilities support a lower high first, then a higher low. Due to the size of the bounce, we've made enough room for a higher low. So it's these different time frames that are helping me with the sequencing, Lesmar. Okay, going back to Nat Trash. I mean, I should listen to myself. I talked to y'all yesterday about reverse backburners on nat gas. As long as it continues to work and bulls continue to hide, continue to short the crap out of it every time it gets overbought on the hourly chart. And guess what? It did it again. And you would have had, what? That's like 10 cents to the downside. That's a lot in a nat gas futures contract. All right, Apple. Apple has a great hourly squeeze. We are gapping up. Gap rules apply. And if you want to know what that is and you're a TCG member, go to the Chart Guys website and just type in on the search bar, type in gap rules, and you'll see a video, I believe it's from last November, that I made about gap ups and gap downs. The rules are, if we're gapping up and we hold the high of the prior day, which is 220, let's see, 220.14. 220.33. As long as we hold 220.33 as support, so we go up, as long as we hold that as support, that is a long signal. That means bulls are defending yesterday's range, not letting bears penetrate the prior day range. That is bullish. Amazon is not gapping up. They have earnings on Thursday, just like Apple does. We're green today, but it ain't cute. Yeah, I don't like the way Amazon's positioned here. I don't like the location. Nvidia, we are bouncing up nicely. We're approaching yesterday's high of 111.99. We are benefiting from AMD bullish earnings reaction. AMD is up 7%. So Nvidia is up and we're testing yesterday's high. I would be a more comfortable bear against 112 than I would be buying here because we're already up almost 7% and they didn't even have earnings. It was their sister stock that had earnings. Tesla is green, but not by a lot. Of course, they had earnings last week and it was a bust. I'd be a much more comfortable bear on Tesla than a bull. Lucid, okay, we're getting above 350 now. Triple daily inside bars. So I'm considering yesterday's candle an inside bar. 349, 350, double top, we're going to call that an inside bar. So getting over 350, this could be a long signal. You have earnings on Monday. You're welcome, Lesmar. So Lucid, I like a bull break of 350 for a long. PayPal had great earnings, or a great earnings reaction, I should say, yesterday. And they are testing the high of yesterday. I like this one for a back burner. PayPal for a back burner. Roblox, I love this 4-hour squeeze. Look at that. That's beautiful. And they have earnings after hours tomorrow morning. They have earnings. I love this 4-hour pattern for a potential long on Roblox. We are right at yesterday's high, 41.39. If we can get above that and hold, that would be a long signal. And then finally, I like Rivian. Rivian, weekly high or low is the more likely scenario. Looking for that weekly high or low. 4-hour, nice squeeze. Look how tight that is. Hourly, look at that squeeze. It is beautiful. So I like Rivian and Roblox. I probably like those the best. I need to put those up here. Roblox and Rivian. I really like to the long side. We'll see if this can work out today. So now let me see your chart request. ARM. So ARM has earnings after hours. They are green. They have earnings after hours today. They are green on the backs of AMD bullishness. And for me, this benefits ARM a lot. I like ARM more bullishly than bearishly, looking for this weekly higher low. And I'm using my own discernment here. We have this little dinky pivot. I'm not going to count that. Looking for the weekly higher low. Earnings after hours today, I think it could benefit from the AMD bullishness, because the thought process is, wow, if AMD could beat in semiconductors, then the other names could beat. So we'll see how this plays out, but I like ARM to the long side. Hey, Geeta. What do you need, Geeta? Do you need anything? Can I help you? I feel so bad for missing your YouTube request last week that I feel like I still need to give you preferential treatment, which I love giving all my friends preferential treatment. I have time for chart requests, which I never have time for chart requests. So speak now or yada yada. I think there's a timeout in between when you can post, so I'll have to give you time, Geeta, if you need anything. Mal, I'm laughing. You said visualize me as flipping gorgeous. Haha. I was thinking today, thank God I don't have to show my face. My hair is crazy. My face is crazy. It has been one heck of a week. Hasbro, okay. Okay, so Iran is probably a little bearish because Bitcoin is somewhat bearish here. So Iran, we're in a day. Well, wait a minute. That looks like a falling wedge. We are in a weekly downtrend, but this could be a falling wedge. We are testing yesterday's high. I like a pullback buy on Iran. I like that daily chart. Getting these tiny lower lows without follow through, I like that. NMTC. Yeah, I can't even begin to give you any type of advice on NMTC. 60,000 shares traded. That's like $43,000 traded yesterday. Probably 90% of our TCG members can move that around. You have to be careful. These names are highly manipulated when they're penny stocks with low volume. 4-hour downtrend, daily downtrend. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to give you any advice on this because personally, you didn't ask me. I'm not your mom, but I would not want you trading this. So ES, we broke resistance, not support. We broke resistance. We are button up against the daily 12 EMA. Dips are for buying until bulls prove otherwise. Hasbro. $65.65. Yeah, we have a double top at $65.65, $65.80. Hourly 12 EMA is your spirit guide. Serve, NVDA took a 10% stake in Serve back here and served up some pain to the bears, but then they had dilution. So right now it's getting kind of choppy. It's getting kind of hectic. 14.59 is your support from yesterday. I don't like this as a long. I think bears have the upper hand here on Serve. Microsoft is down on earnings. Looks like bulls are trying to make a comeback. Tough analysis with this big pullback, but I would say bulls have done well. 4-hour double bottom 406.60, 406.71. You could use that as your support going forward as long as that's holding. Bulls are making a decent comeback. All right, it's 6:49. I have to go. I have to go boot up the stream for TCG. I'll be live in 10 minutes, TCG members, and we will start off this day the right way. All right, y'all have a great day and use stop losses.